Everybody, we are on the record with the one and only Sharon Needles.
Hey.
How are you?
It's during the day, so I'm mediocre.
No one knows it's during the day. It could be at night right now.
Yeah, but why lie?
Well, no one knows.
Yeah, well, I'm telling them.
It is during the day.
It's during the day.
Hence the sunglasses and hat.
Yeah. Well, you know, as the appropriate vampire I am, I'm trying to avoid skin cancer.
Right. I feel your pain.
But I can speak for all drag queens. Day drag is terrorism. Should be illegal. It's bad.
Well, you are here to talk about your new album.
Yeah, well, I gotta sell it. I need to make sure people buy it.
Do
people still buy records?
They do. A few.
Yeah?
A couple.
Yeah.
I mean, mostly they stream it, or buy it.
But you still pay.
I saw a hand from the audience. There's someone in the room that does buy albums.
Oh, hi.
It's
Caitlyn Jenner, actually. I can't believe she came.
It's amazing.
To our taping.
You do a great impression of Caitlyn.
I love Caitlyn Jenner.
By the way, the new album is called Battle Axe.
Battle Axe, yes.
Out October 6th.
Caitlyn Jenner is a battle axe, too.
In a way, I
Yeah,
guess.
she's a battle axe. Well, a battle axe, it has different definitions. Battle axe is, it's obviously an axe, a two-sided axe for battle.
Right.
But it's also an old kind of 40s and 50s term for a woman past her prime, a woman who has lost her looks and now has become bitter and angry because she's lost her power and control. Because in the olden days, a woman's worth was usually in her youth and baby making skills and housekeeping skills, and so when they lose their youth and their physical attributes, they became known as battle axes, and that's what this record is really about. Is I've been in this industry, for some which might feel like a short amount of time, but when you're actually in it, it feels like an eternity, and it's just enough time for like those uncomfortable feelings of not being good enough, being older, getting bitter, getting tired, and that was a big focus for this record, and that's why it's called Battle Axe.
So you've transformed into a battle axe, is what you're saying? No.
In an exaggerated sense,
right.
Yes, and when I came up with the title, an old episode of RuPaul's Drag Race, my season came on, and it was really hard to recognize who was on TV.
Wow.
Just this happy-go-lucky, naive, a sense of innocence, and even the pitch of my voice was different, and it made me sad, made me miss it, but so I said, well, let's call it out for what it is. Let's not make any more happy-go-lucky records, no fancy free pop records, and I think everyone has a little of anxiety, and everyone's disappointed politically and just where we are, and so I just wanted to make more of an aggressive record. So I made Battle Axe.
Battle Axe. Hello.
And it flows off the tongue, doesn't it?
Battle Axe.
Yeah. It's all masculine letters, though. X, T's, B's.
Yeah.
Those are all masculine letters.
Was that just an accident?
No, but maybe I can quit tucking, because, yeah.
You don't need... Well, you...
My dick has hurt for the last decade, so...
Well, then maybe you should have that looked at.
Yeah, I've had plenty of people look at it.
I remember I talked to you a couple years ago when Taxidermy came out, your last album. Battle Axes.
I didn't even know I've ever met you before.
Well, we talked on the phone.
I want to thank you, though, for dressing up for Halloween for me today.
I know. I had an orange shirt. I was thinking about doing that, but then I thought it would look weird.
Oh, I love it. It's terrifying. I think dressing up as a Republican is the scariest look you can wear on Halloween. I'm
fairly terrifying looking compared to you because you're very glamorous and I'm not. But,
yeah, pure glamour here today.
But when we talked for Taxidermy, you said when I wrote PG-13, which is Sharon's first album, you had just won RuPaul's Drag Race, and all my nightmares had come true when I was a brat. I was a privileged brat overnight.
Entitled brat.
A privileged brat overnight. I went from a punk rock, drunk, downtown clown to seeming to have everything at my access. I wrote my first album almost as an entitled child, and then Taxidermy was written by a much more precarious, untrusting adult. Do you feel like you've sort of come through all that now, or are you just like, nope, Battle Axe?
Well, yeah.
It seems like there's an arc sort of across the records.
PG-13 was just a kid in a candy store, It's like, let's get Jane County, let's get Amanda Lepore.
Call me on the Ouija board, yeah.
Yeah, let's write about Ouija boards and death and nightclubs and, it's like my dream to become a pop star were coming true,
Yeah.
And then And then, that feel-good feeling, that, that heroin straight to the arm shot of a first record, it goes away pretty quickly. And then I wanted to write a real record. Not that PG-13 is not a real record, but it's apples and oranges when it comes to the two. And
Right.
Taxidermy, I wanted to write about love lost. I went through a very public breakup and then getting into a new, very serious relationship. And I wanted to write a love record because I think there's only two things that combine the human experience, and that's love and death. And I write enough about death. So I thought I'd write a love record. But Battle Axe, if you are looking for a fancy answer about what this shit means,
Nope.
You're not going to get it, because Battle Axe, they're fucking songs. I didn't want to pour my heart out anymore. I didn't want to hurt on stage every night. I didn't want to be reminded of these things. So I just wanted to write songs about shit I like to talk about, scary shit and gross shit and actual shit. I have a song called Dirty Diaper.
Wait, I was wondering. Yes, I want to talk about.
But yeah, Battle Axe is it's just storytelling. It's just
Yeah.
telling stories. It's just doing what I'd love to do, and that's sit down and write and a mixture between finessing and molesting the English language and I just didn't want, and I don't want social media and Facebook and this, that, and the other. I don't want my fans to know anything about me. I don't want to know anything about them. I just want to enjoy each other's company in the fact that we both come together for art.
Right.
And I don't want to share anything anymore. It's stupid. And everyone shares too much shit anyway. It's such a me culture, which is very ironic for me saying that, because I desire fame and I desire becoming a celebrity, and I love all that, which is a very me thing. But it just seems like now it's ingrained in culture to be me, tell all your stories, your political things, your breakups and all. I think we all just need to shut up for a minute and just write songs, listen to songs, have a good time.
Understood.
Does that make sense? Did I ramble on too long?
No.
I need a drink.
You can never ramble on too long. Sharon's been talking about having a drink for a while, by the way, and we don't have a bar here, unfortunately. I feel like on the record, like it sort of starts off kind of like in a poppy dancey mode, and then it gets rather dark when we get to the end. Was that the intention, to kind of take you on that journey, or was that not a...
Writing music is one art form. Collaborating a track list is its completely own art form. And most people wouldn't think it would be that serious, but it's truly, I always take into mind how this journey is taking you,
Mm-hmm.
And so what I wanted to start off is, started off with things that people are familiar with Sharon Needles, of being, funny and irreverent, and transgressive, and button pushing, but, a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And slowly pull them into the bottomless pit. Yes. Slowly pull them into that vat of bleach, And because by the end it gets pretty...
By the end... Oh,
you're talking about Piano Wire. I know that you're talking about Piano Wire.
It is unnerving.
Well,
it is when you listen. I'm saying when you listen to this song, because I was listening on headphones, and I'm like bopping along to the album, and I'm like cool, and there's always like a wink and a nudge and a hey and a poke.
Right.
You get to that one, you're like, I feel and at the end of it, when it ended, I was really expecting you to say like boo or something cute.
No.
And then it just ended, and I'm like, I feel kind of...
No, cute's over.
It was
cute's over.
It hits you. And clearly that was the intention.
Yeah.
It worked.
Well, if we're speaking about Piano Wire, if we're going back to front.
Sorry.
Which, is that how you're supposed to wipe anyway? Back to front or front to back?
Can you do it both ways?
I don't wipe. I let the boys do it.
That's a lot of complication in the bathroom. It's a lot of people to get involved in there.
Piano Wire.
Piano Wire.
Piano Wire. It was based off of those great hidden tracks on albums of the 90s. Like, do you remember, like... Does anyone else remember that? Like Marilyn Manson used to do them. Lords of Acid did them, and you would let the final track would be like 45 minutes long.
Right.
So it would run and run and run and run, and then it would come and get you.
Yeah.
And of course, we don't have the luxury of hard copy being, what most people purchase their music with. But I wanted it to feel like that, this kind of just hidden track, this kind of nightmarish bedtime story. And I got the track, and the track was so good. And I was talking to my, who does all my beats, Shiny, at Killingsworth Record. He's amazing. He brought me that track, and I said, I want to do a song called Piano Wire. And I don't know why, but I was at the hotel where the Black Dahlia was kidnapped and murdered from. And I got really drunk, and there was this bartender playing the piano. I was just thinking about piano wires and like how scary they are. Like, if you're going to be strangled by anything, a piano wire would be the worst way because it just cuts through the meat. And so I wrote this song, Piano Wire, which is basically about me killing my husband.
It's rather...
Which is a great stress reliever because I don't know if you've ever been married, but sometimes you just want to choke the shit out of them. So
it's a little graphic.
It's graphic, yeah, and it's one of those. In the production, you can see it. In the lyrics, you can see it. It's a true ghost story.
And and then I'll stop talking about it because we could just keep talking about this song. But I mean, I was telling the people behind the camera earlier about this song. I think it's the combination of the lyrics where there's no wink, and the fact that it's just a piano, where it's just sort of like stalking you with this piano, and like. It's like John Carpenter, like Halloween, but not like synthy.
We also use the sound of dragging things actually on the interior of the piano wires.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, it's obviously one of the tracks on Sharon's new album. And there's also...
It won't be a hit.
Well, I'm not sure if that one's going to get...
That's a real snoozy.
It's a unique kind of song, but I think people will appreciate it. There's also a Rock and Roll Part 3, a sort of homage to Gary Glitter's Rock
It's
and
an
Roll Part
homage
2.
to glam rock, darling. I'm a button pusher. I like stirring the shit. I like people I don't give a rat's ass. I don't mind the backlash. I like kind of stirring up trouble. And right now we're in a culture where it's like, no, you're bad. And I'm going to tell everyone on Facebook. And you'll be ruined. You'll see. Like everyone wants to be this hero, and my favorite, it probably is my favorite rock record of all time is "Glitter" by Gary Glitter. It's a flawless record. Unfortunately, he has a very, very, very troubled past.
Yes.
And which makes me more kind of interested.
Yeah.
Just because I'm a sicko, I love true crime. I just love things that make me feel uncomfortable. And other than that song is the shit.
Yeah.
Like Rock and Roll Part 2, everyone grew up with it. It's the like arena anthem song of the 80s and 90s. If you went to a hockey game or a football game, that was the song you heard. And I love it because you can't mess up the lyrics. There's only one word in it. Hey.
Da 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 da.
Hey. Yeah. And it's a great gay word too. Hey.
Hey. We're gonna get a hey in there somewhere.
Yeah.
A yes queen.
Yeah, I'm really happy with that song. I had a lot of pushback whether to do it, and I wanted to do it for PG-13, but they're just like, no.
Is it because it's sort of because do you have to like?
It comes with baggage.
Well, because it's the Gary Glitter baggage.
It comes with Gary Glitter baggage, and of course in America, if most of your viewers are watching
international
in the States. They don't know this, but you go into the UK and it's just you don't talk about that kind of thing.
No. You're going on tour. You're taking you're on the road right now.
I've never stopped touring.
Yeah, you've got 5 shows in October in New York, right?
And I have my one-woman Halloween show at the Laurie Beachman Theater, which is just slightly off Broadway. It's practically Broadway. And this will be my second year doing it, and it's a lot of fun. It's stripping down all my pop records into more of a cabaret style with a whole bunch of offensive, terrible jokes that only half the audience laughs at, and the rest boo and leave. But then we go straight into Halloween, my time of year.
I was going to say, because you're
next to Elvira, I'm second in line to the throne of Halloween, and it's all throughout the UK and Hawaii and
Lima, Peru for Halloween night.
Peru and Australia, and yeah, it's going to be fun. And Halloween's getting bigger and bigger across all over the planet. It used to just be a very American holiday.
Yeah.
And it's getting bigger overseas, and it's better overseas. Like in America, people dress up either as a slutty version of a job that they don't have the qualifications for, like slutty nurse,
right,
or slutty clown. Although I'm sure most women.
This year clown's really big costumes. With It, so I don't know.
That's true.
Yeah.
Isn't Bianca Del Rio in that? Or men dress up as superheroes with fake muscles that they don't have the energy or time to achieve. But overseas, everyone gets really gory and scary, and that's what I like.
The original version of
everyone's full of blood and gore and zombies, and I love that.
So is the Halloween show going to be any different for you, or is it going to be like, or are you going to really turn it up and like a bunch of bells and whistles? For
It
the
is
Halloween
getting
show?
harder and harder and harder to outdo myself every Halloween.
You're Sharon Needles. It's
I
kind of hard.
have. There is not one horror icon I haven't replicated for Halloween, so it's just getting harder and harder and harder to do. But this year, I think I got it. It's a little off kilter, and since I know that this will be coming out before Halloween, I'm gonna keep it to myself.
Yeah, don't. Yeah.
But it involves a taser.
Oh, that can be dangerous.
Yeah, I know. Giving a drunk drag queen a taser.
I think it's interesting how like fans, when we see our favorite queens from Drag Race and beyond, we see this incredible fantasy, this incredible image, and this larger than life visage or whatever, and then you're like, no, I just go home to my apartment.
Oh yeah. Well, and drag queens innately tend to be party girls. You know, like our job isn't on a Hollywood lot. Our job is in a smoky bar at midnight. So we tend to gravitate towards nightlife and having a good time. But once it becomes a full-time, real mini empire, yeah, home is like the best place you can be. Jeopardy, home, cleaning toilets.
Do you have Alexa, by the way? The Amazon app, Alexa? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, the lady talk.
Yeah, the lady
talk.
talk.
The little, the giant ashtray that talks. No, I don't got her.
If you get it, you can play Jeopardy on there.
Oh, no, I need my contestants.
You need to see it visually.
I need Alex Trebek. And I always like to take a double shot every time there's a True Daily Double.
Have you ever thought about auditioning, or have you?
No, because I'm good at the questions, but I wouldn't be good at the signaling device. I'm a slow reader, so it takes me a long time to get, and they just go,
Yeah.
So I wouldn't win nothing.
For a lot of those people,
But
just
I'd Alex Trebek's.
Well,
he could bounce his daily doubles on my chin.
What do you think will happen if Alex Trebek dies at some point? Like,
It's like if RuPaul died. Show's over.
show's over. Like,
Yeah,
no one else could do that.
Yeah, you can't just have.
Well, they had The Price is Right, with Bob Barker. He passed away, and then now they got someone else to do it.
No, yeah, they have.
Drew Carey, right?
Yeah, Drew Carey. But you know what? He kind of has this kind of 1950s. Comic book good old boy character.
Right.
So I think he was a decent replacement.
Right. Well, gee whiz. Sorry, we got off track there. Now we're talking about Jeopardy, and there's
Jeopardy.
There's producers that are nodding at me. They're holding up signs saying we're past the mark of when we should be wrapping up.
There's no one back there. This is on an iPhone.
There's not an iPhone. We actually have a professional setup. I swear. There's at least half of a person behind the camera, possibly. Well, this has been lovely.
Well, thank you.
And you should see Sharon on the road. Get Sharon's new album, Battle Axe. It's out now.
Your ears are very clean.
They are. Well, good. I hope so. Well, don't get too close. It could be terrible.
Well, you wouldn't even smell my gloves.
Well, when someone says smell my glove, not really a good, invite.
They smell like mom's purse.
Well, that's what...
Leather, tobacco, and gum.
Okay. True. Are you telling me I should smell the glove? Is that what's happening?
Smell them. Isn't that the greatest smell?
Okay, you're right, actually. It does smell like cigarettes, and I don't really smell the gum, though, but I can see
the cigarettes covers that part up.
This has been great, though. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks.